And we're live. Good morning. All right. Gosh. Hey, Peter. Good morning. Show them ankles. I've just made the cardinal sin of relocating stuff. And I'm trying to remember where the hell I relocated it to. Anyway, good morning. Good morning. Let's see if I can find where I put that shit. I relocated, so I've got both a coffee filter as well as three different sizes of screen mesh. Memory not all, I guess not. Literally just relocated this stuff. Granted, I relocated a lot of stuff. I don't believe I put any of it there. Definitely not there. It had to be there. I'll show you why in just a second, but let me see if I can find this stuff. Oh, there we go. Found it. That's what I'm looking for. Just poke myself. To poke your eye out. There we go. Anyway, good day, Peter. How are you? Hope you had a nice Saturday. It is Sunday. I had a very, very good day actually yesterday. Got a few things done, and including spent quite a bit of time on the workbench. This got reworked last night. Don't overstress it, but yeah. I'll have to throw in some more CA in there in a second. It's a $5 word for misplaced. Yes, indeed. Allergies starting to kick in this morning. Okay. All right, real quickly. Backpack. I did some spacing on the backpack in order to get this thing to sit correctly. I've reshaped this thing well enough. It's filled in quite a few of the gaps. I've still got a long way to go. Still got the corners to still take care of. You can actually see right in there. It's pretty close, yeah, right in there. You can see that gap right in there. Still got to work on that. But I got the foundation of this thing started. The original schnozzles on the back of the original Galgoog. Sorry. Let's see if I can. What's this thing? If this will help this morning. I got some shit to pick up later. Anyway, there it goes. Those are the original schnozzles. Yeah, those are going to go. Watch that Child of Mecca stream. You said I was a topic on fake news. I was merely mentioned in passing as reference to new merch. You had me worried. Yes! Peter. It's my job. The next time it'll be something like, yeah, you were talked about last night, not in a positive light. No, actually, it was well. I thought it was good to see that Tim made reference to you on that. Your recommendation was the thing that kind of got him looking into it. That's great. So yesterday, of the multi. So yesterday, of the multiple things that I did, the next time I won't care. Then at that point, something might be totally different. Maybe there will be something that does vilify you, and you'll be like, "What just happened?" I love it. Anyway, yeah, these things. This is much better space now. All right, that is going to be the new vent part. That's going to go on top here. This one's, I gotta get the puttying going on this. That'll get done today. Boy Who Cried Wolf and all that. Exactly. The amount of beveling that I did on this thing, I gotta actually CA a little bit more in here. I'll get that going in just a moment here. And then once all that's dry, we're gonna try to start working on this one. This one, I think, is ready to go. I just have to get it. Yeah, I got to reduce the plastic significantly on this side. So there's going to be grinding going on this morning. And then we're going to do some edge rounding. So basically what we're going to have is, so this part here, I don't even remember what it was originally meant to be. That part right there. Let's see if I get a little closer. But this thing was flatter, meaning that right now you can actually see that it's got an angle to it. It was actually not. It was pretty much longer. I beveled it up so that it actually eliminated the back end and kind of rounded it, number one. And secondly, I reduced the width of it significantly, cut it in half and removed. Let's see if I actually have the material, because I know I set it aside. Toss it into a bin if memory serves. I don't think I tossed it to the nub. I might have tossed it into the nub jar already. Might have been done so. Let's take a peek. Hey, Joe. Good morning. Yeah, there it is. I tossed it into the nub jar. So literally, I removed that much material from in between. You can actually see how much larger that piece was if I set this side by side. So let's see if I could get that thing to be seen. That's how much longer it was. It was also, like I said, it was up higher. It was kind of like that. And I just basically shaped it down. And then in between, I removed probably what appears to be almost 50% of the material and started reshaping it. Now it gives me the right width and length that I want to get this thing secured on here. So I worked on that. I worked on the backpack itself. And then I also started getting the tanks all glued together. So one of them I've already gotten cleaned up a little bit. This one I just have put together. I'm just going to get it secured. One of the things I think I'm going to do here is I don't know that I want these things going out. So the tanks on a typical Gundam, sorry, I'll do it this way, kind of do that kind of thing. They flare out. I don't like that. I'm going to have them kind of coming straight down. I may end up beveling some of this piece here. I think that will look a lot better. Watch a bunch of Dragonar lives. Oh, did you really? Nice. And to be clear, there are 2 shows named Dragonar. One is Dragonar Academy, know nothing about it, and then there's Metal Armor Dragonar, which is the robot anime. It was the replacement series for Double Zeta. You got Zeta in 85, Double Zeta in 86, and this show came out in 87. If you ever watched the opening credits, the work on the line art on the actual D1 is incredible. I do want to get at some point. I want to get a Dragonar book. I would hazard a guess and say that per capita, the Dragonar models or the Dragonar the metal armors are a better design than what we saw in consistently across the last 2 Gundam series. I would argue that. All right, this piece here, I just want to make sure I get the right one. That's not the right one. This one here, I've got to get some CA on board. I actually did do some CA in there, but what ended up happening was when I glued the 2 parts together, on one part, they actually kind of came with a little bit of a tilt down, and the other one had too much of a tilt down, which meant that the width was a little too narrow and had a little too much height. I broke it again last night and fixed it, but that means I've got to redo the CA that I put in there. The one I'm watching is the one with the 3 kids who take on. That's basically, yeah, it's basically, just so we're talking about from a story perspective, it's Gundam. It is Gundam. I'm up to, I think, episode like 18 or something like that in the series. But I do recommend it. Let's get the glass going. Let's do this. All right. Produce some of that material. Hey, Chris, good morning. Yeah, wicked good early morning. Wicked, as we like to say here in the Northeast. It's all free on YouTube. Yeah, everything is free on YouTube. Legal is another thing, but free, yes. Is Bandai releasing it or otherwise? All right. I will say last night or yesterday when I started working on this, I was really jazzed. I hated, the more I started looking at it, the more I really did not like the pieces that I'd already cut in. It just, I don't think it was too narrow, too tall, and too angular. And I think this unit calls for a lot more curves. It's legal enough. It's legal enough. It's legal somewhere. What's going on, Chris? How are you? All right. once this section is all glued into place, I will epoxy the top of it because it does appear that there was some kind of a wing bit. Let's see if you guys can see. See that wing? Yeah, right there. See that sort of recessed area right there? I don't know what was there before. It doesn't really fucking matter. It might have been part of it. Probably was a wing or an aileron or something. All of that is just going to get. I'm just going to epoxy over that. And then once all that's dry, shaped and everything, then we will get the mesh inside. I'm gonna get. How do I start the mesh anyway? Get the mesh inside, get it all sized and dropped in. Send you a test text. I think I just heard something. That was you. That was you. Really quick, I will be changing my screen name and logo. All right, I heard about that, Joe. You mentioned that yesterday on your live stream, if memory serves. Because your current name don't cut it no more. What is this? This is Chris testing. Testing. Back at you. There we go. You were jazz again. Stay out of the medicine cabinet when your nurses aren't there, Grandpa. Nice. So, Peter, funny you should bring that up. So make sure to look out for Mecca Coffee Joe. Nice. Why not just Mecca Joe? I think Mecca Joe would actually, both of them would be good. I think that's a good change. Going to finish my Hunger Games book today. Got an automotive swap meet to go to. Going to be a good day. Sounds like a fun day. So you're reading, is this, Chris, my daughter has read the Hunger Games stuff. I have not. Is this the more recent book in the series? I think there was like a one that published within the last couple of years. Grandpa Gumpla got into the mushroom. Nice. So I'm gonna try to keep this in an interesting kind of way. Mecca Joe is is it really? Fuck. Dude, let's like beat the shit out of them until they give the name back to you. How's that? Just kidding. I don't believe in violence. So regale you guys with a little story. Then I'm going to get back to this. My younger daughter is studying at Quinnipiac to be a nurse. She just finished her first year of university. She has not started clinicals, will not be starting clinicals until, sunrise on the reaping. Yeah, nice. Offer them some money, maybe like Tree Fitty. Yeah, like Tree Fitty. So she's a nursing student. First year, second year are basically just standard college classes. Third year, they start their, and they've got some courses that are directed towards, but starting third year, they begin their clinicals. Before that, there are, and I'm just discovering this too, as my daughter's going through this, I'm learning along with her. One of the cool things about having your kids go through college is the amount of stuff you learn along the way. So there are nurses, and then there are nursing assistants. And nursing assistants are certified. So it's what's called a CNA. So she's going for her CNA, Certified Nursing Assistant. The benefit is that it gives her a bit of a leg up on job searches and also gets her a little more prepared when she gets to clinicals. So 2 weeks ago, she started her courses, her online courses. And then Friday and Saturday, she did her clinicals. Spending 2 days in a nursing environment. It was at a nursing home. What she said, and having gone through this with my in-laws, particularly my mother-in-law, but also my father-in-law, I saw a lot more of that. Some of the stuff that she said was a little heart-wrenching. And the reason I bring this up is because I know we joke about age and everything like that, and I'm trust me, I'm thick-skinned enough to take it from anybody. I'm not too concerned about it. But what was interesting was to hear her talk about people in some of these homes, and our experience in both my father-in-law and particularly my mother-in-law, and their life in these homes. And one of my daughter's comments was, "That's a home I would not want you to be in." And I thought that was a very telling thing. Anyway, so Peter, please understand, when you said what you said, it not a personal thing or anything like that. It was just an interesting comment in that it kind of got me thinking about what my daughter said yesterday. So, we can joke about age and everything like that. The only thing I truly pray to God never happens. I hope I never end up in a home. I truly hope I never end up in a home. Anyway, having said all that, let's see. Ray, I will not be like Elon and how he got the name Tesla. Nice. Before she going, hey, Edwin, good evening, by the way. How are you? You need to teach her the ER rule number 1. When the ER was relaxed and there was no patient, never ever say, why is it so quiet today? Yeah, I'm assuming, Edwin, you're speaking of your mother's personal experience. Good morning. Hey, Tony, good morning. What's going on, brother? How's your dad doing? How's everybody doing? In fact, it's funny, thinking about Tony as an example. I mean, in some ways, think about the curse and the blessing that Tony is going through. The curse that he is the one who has to take care of, do so much work for his parents, in particular his father. But in some ways, the blessing, because how much of that work would actually get done if his father were in a nursing facility? 1-2 years in debt before they actually see a real human patient, the real environments they will work in. That seems backwards. 1-2 years in debt before they actually see. Not necessarily. I agree with this. Here's the thing. You can go to, I guess you could become like an LPN. You can go right into your practicals. However, one of the things about college that I think people seem to forget is remember, liberal arts. Liberal isn't left wing, right wing. Liberal is teaching your brain to think. My daughter and I had a conversation about that. I'm not going to go into the details of it today, but college is not just about being technically trained. Colleges that are doing more and more of that, training us to be technicians, are forgetting one of the benefits of college, which is you may enter into a field, whatever that field is, and you might know the mechanics of that field. But to create the concept of how you're going to think your way through that field and challenge yourself, or maybe even find, this may not be the place I want, because as I start questioning and delving into things more, it's time to move on to something else. Remember, colleges are not technical schools. So it might be expensive, yes, and I'm not going to disagree with you on the expense. It hurts, but it's the right approach. Everybody's saying hello. I love it. Yes, it is the unwritten rule. Heard story. Someone said it when the ER was then bam, 7 new patients involved in an accident. Yeah, exactly. Wow. I'm debating on going back to online college for information security. Think I'm too dumb though. Chris, I would gather that you are probably not that dumb. I mean, honestly, come on, give yourself a lot more fucking credit, especially if your heart's in there. The one thing worse than a home is hospice. Yeah. Hold it. Keep that cup steady. Don't move. Believe. Okay. You happy now? Anyway. All right. Let's get back to some sanding. And then we're going to do a little bit of filling. I'm going to hit this thing with a little bit more CA in the back here in order to just give it some strength. That's the only reason why I'm doing this, is to give it strength. But I'm really happy with the outcome on this thing. I'm looking forward to getting some, what they call it, grinding down the front of it after it's a little bit more solid. And then putting in, as I just pull them out, one of these 3 pieces of mesh. Darn it. You had your chance, Peter. You blew it. All right, let's glue. Pull out the CA. Pull out the desiccant. Oh, for God's sake. the leopard to look at, and the Ozempic Santa we get now. Ah, nice. Fuck. Let's see if these will work, or if I have to get the bigger set. I have to get the bigger set. There we go. This is the original super thin by Starbond. I did, because they messed up my order, they actually sent me a new of the new version as well. So I got 2 bottles upstairs in the refrigerator. Let's see what we got. I put my grandpa out of a home to live with me. My parents couldn't handle him and his bad dementia. Yeah, that is quite the pile of laundry. We got laundry. It's laundry day. It is laundry day. Chris, may I ask, is your grandfather still alive, or did he is he no longer with us? Let's do this. Get a little brush. There we go. Just a little dab will do you. Little dab will do you. Let's get it positioned. There we go. I'd fill in that gap, but that gap is probably going to get destroyed. Come on. Not really. I know I just opened you up here. Jesus. I know I just opened this thing up. It feels like it just closed up again. Yikes. The fuck? Oh, that's interesting. It's jelly. Huh. Well. I love the laundry ding. He has moved on. Dementia is one hell of a yeah. Yeah, there's my daughter was telling me that, you know, she's working with a patient that is interesting. It's gelled. Yeah, it's still pretty liquid down there, at least. The end seems to be gelling a little bit. So if I can just get that somewhat cleaned off a bit. Yeah, my daughter was telling me that she's working, you know, some of the patients were, you know, had obviously either some level of dementia or what they call it, or were actually just in pretty good mental capacity, had their mental capacities in a pretty good place. However, again, their bodies are like 90s, 100. She had a patient that's 101. Are you considering lighting in the engine backpack area? You mentioned yesterday that room for cable management in the backpack was consideration. No, I don't want to do any more lighting on this thing. I've got 5 LEDs in it. I'm good. I have thought about possibly doing some kind of LED, maybe in the like in a shoulder area, you know, kind of like a left and right blinking LED. I can't take this model much further. And it's not that I wouldn't want to. It's just that if I want to get this thing by December, Peter, 101 young chickens. Yeah, yeah, really. In the grand scheme of things, maybe, Joe. There we go. We got a little bit of we got action now. Fuck. That's not where I want you to drip from. Thank you. Yeah. You know, I can sit here and get frustrated with this bottle and everything. The brand, I should say, and it's actually not. It's just the way the stuff moves. I mean, this stuff is great when it does what you need it to do. When it doesn't, it's not so great. It's sort of like the Televal CA, I guess. Let's flush this thing. So doing a little bit of that beforehand. And while we're at it, sorry guys, give me a second here. Okay. Snap. Hope that was a good snap. There. All right. Where were we? Hey, Julius. Welcome from Melbourne. Yeah, I've been seeing that you've been reporting back. You got what, another day or so? Checking in live from Melbourne, coming back home tomorrow. Nice. I heard that you had a good time, but you're excited to come home. Is that correct? All good. The mention just got me wondering, as I couldn't remember if you had specifically said anything about it. Yeah. I was watching a clip yesterday. Hail Mary and Rocky was the alien goes, I've been with my wife 189 years. He says it's not enough time. I cried. Aww. I found my chisels. Nice. I know you were mentioning on Tim's stream that it's like, I can't find them. Yay, found them. There we go. Try to super glue my lips at the same time. Though some of you might appreciate it, but no. Yeah, it's time to come home. Miss my daughter and dog. Oh, nice. Oh, Julius, if you don't mind me asking, because this show is not about modeling. If you're interested in following me and seeing what I'm doing, that's cool. But if you're going to be learning stuff, yeah, not so much. This is about conversation. So, Julius, question. Does your daughter live with you, or does she just live in the same town as you? I'm assuming the dog lives with you. Hello, George. Also, phone his parts earlier today. Also, what did I do with my parts? Nerd, what's going on, dude? Oh, hello. Did that thing drip? No, fuck me. No, really? I got my 3-2-1 block just got CA'd into place. That's great. Well, that should be able to be easy to fix. I will be doing some cleanup on that, though. Shit. Oh, there's a fucking first. Hey. It ain't a party until some shit happens, right? Until somebody throws up. Oh, man. How much CA got under there? Oh, there we go. Hey, Nigel. What's going on, dude? Lives with us still, but we're happy to have her. She's 22 years old. Oh, kind of like my older daughter. My older daughter will be turning 24 next month. Still living at home, though she wants out. She's like, I want, and partly because I'm sure she's like, I don't want to live with mom and dad. And secondly, it's like, I'm sure we put a lot of pressure on her. But secondly, she also wants to, she's like, I want to be on my own. And I respect that completely. Nerd. Was busy airbrushing. Unacceptable. At least you didn't glue your fingers together again. No, I've done that many a time, and I'm sure it won't be the last time. Let's get this. I gotta tell you, 1, 2, 3 blocks, absolutely a necessity. There we go. CA removed. Okay, let's get that put away. Love it. Okay. This thing should. Yeah, it's dry. Awesome. All right. We're going to grind on that in a second. Actually, we're going to grind on it right now. There we go. Let's grind down the front edge. So the front edge of this thing has a lip. I'm checking out computer tech for my YouTube channel plus other fun stuff. Nice. What kind of computer tech? Like computer hardware? Hi. Hey, Fizz. Hi. Happy Sunday. It is a happy Sunday. It is a happy Sunday. Candies are hard. Candies are hard. Oh yeah, because you're doing. I'm sorry. Candies a reference. Candy paint. How so? So you did if memory serves, you did a gloss black. Did you do a metal and then put the candy on top, or otherwise? I'm kind of curious. Yeah, candy's paint. Yeah. Context. All right, real quickly, guys, just for anybody who's tuning in, there's a lot of work that was done. One, I removed. I haven't set it aside yet. Tossed in here. That piece that I'd glued on here. That sort of vent thing that I cut out. I was not happy with it. It just did not look good. So instead, I went back to, yeah, of course, I went back to this. This is the model that I'm basing, the cells on. And what the hell was it? Again, what do I know about fucking planes, right? There were these vent things that were just kind of like on the runner. I'm like, oh, grab those, completely reshape them. So these things have been, you can actually see because there's a lot of CA inside. They've been split down the middle. About 50% of the material together was removed. And then instead of it being kind of flat, I ground it down to a point. So it's got more of a curved, rounded look to it. And now this looks the part. Let's get the right one, which is this one. That looks, I'm going to get it figured out a little bit more, but that's about what we're going to have right there. Kind of like that. Try to get it positioned correctly. Except I think I want it the other way. Yeah, I think I want it the other way. Yeah. Sorry. There's still some work to do on this thing, but that's what we're going to have done. Matt, oh yeah, it's a Matchbox. This is one of the kits that came from the Kirk collection. And I was, I just found it in one. It was a complete, let me go see what we have in the collection, because there was like thousands of models. And it's like, oh, this is good. This will be perfect for this application. Let's see. Being on your own is rough these days with the cost of everything. Yeah, no question. Certainly the costs are a lot higher than when I was living on my own. However, she has found a place, theoretically. We haven't heard back, but she's found a place with roommates, and just waiting to hear back how all that goes. So with luck, by end of summer, she'll be living on her own, or not home, I should say. All right, let's see what we got. Silver base with red clear and clear blue, but we'll have some black fade. Oh, nice black fades. I love it. While you're ripping the endings from me. Yep. I've been looking into 3D printing. A lot of things you can do. Yeah, there is. And it's kind of like the writing's on the wall, but if I can avoid it for a while, I think I will. I'd rather scratch build stuff if possible. I deal with technology too often at work, because it's basically where I play. Yeah, if I can step away from the computer for a while, I'm good with it. Then again, I could maybe do some of that at work. So, hey, George, what are you doing? Nothing. Leaving Australia tomorrow, heading back to the U.S. We didn't make it to New Zealand this time. Bummer. How far is it from Australia? Like how long's the flight from Australia to New Zealand? Bro, good to see you here. If you ever do make it to New Zealand, we'll be more than happy to meet you. I use tire inflator adapters inside the funnel engines. Gives it a little tire inflator adapters. Hold it a second. What is a tire inflator adapter? I think I know what that is. Sounds good. More room for paper towels if he doesn't get a printer. Mr. Wine doesn't love us anymore. I know. And here we go, Space Noids, making the changes. Hey, there we go. This is going to take some time, Joe. 2.5, 3.5 hours from Australia to New Zealand. Nah, I got it. No, I'm keeping my hobby and work completely separate. Yeah. That's one of the struggles that I have with getting into 3D printing, or even like Mike Wine donated. God bless him. He donated a Cricut to me, and one of these days I'll actually spend time figuring it the fuck out. It's just about how much time do I want to put it? Do I want to spend time learning that? Do I want to spend time down here working on the bench and on a model? I'd rather work on a model. That's just me. All right. So what did he call it? A tire inflator adapter. I think I know what that looks like. Well, I don't think brass is what we're going to be putting in there. Interesting. If you worry about credit, definitely don't get a 3D printer. Yes. Hey, Tom, good morning. What's going on, brother? Maybe 4 hours. Been ages since I have popped over to Australia. Mike Wine had to temporarily switch work shifts to cover another supervisor. So he hasn't been. Yeah, I know. He did a live stream a couple Fridays back, which is nice. But yeah, he's mentioned that he's covering for somebody at his new job. Working at Rivian. Got to tell you, that sounds kind of cool. Let's see. Just so everyone knows, I am Joe, the person formerly known as Gundam Curator. Nice. You mean a Schrader or Presta adapter? Yeah, I'm trying to figure out because I'm sure it's not a Presta adapter. I mean, it could be. Tom, hold it. All right, hold it. His work story is just a cover. He doesn't love us. Nigel. So I could do a Presta or some kind of an adapter in there, or I could just put metal mesh in front of it, which will look good. And the other thing it'll do, it'll hide all sorts of shit. I like hiding shit, and it's easy to do. So, all right, let's grind a little bit here. My system's a little different from Tim's. Basically, got my 3-2-1 block set up. I've got one of these acrylic blocks or sticks with 400 grit, MadWorks 400 grit adhesive sandpaper. Just hold it in place, start grinding. Going to flatten that front section, and then what we're going to do is we're going to clean out the interior of it, round it. I may see about getting some solid 1, 2, 3 blocks if possible. His horse story just ago. I love that. Hi, Tom. Fizz. Joe Fizz. Joe Fizz. Isn't that the name of a movie? Joe Fizz. This is going to take some time. This will also give me the angle that I want on this thing. Coffee doesn't sound great if it's Mecca coffee. I don't know, might. But no super zoom macro close up now. Bawoosh. No, sorry, none of that. You want professional? You go elsewhere. You want like basically just the guy, a camera, and my Believe Me mug, and just kind of like watching what I'm doing, and we're just gonna talk. Great, you're in the right place. You thinking of Hot Fuzz? I think I might be. Hold it a second. We got 2 Toms now? All right. So I Sam Mundison is Tom. Known that Tom for many, many a year. And now Nerd is also Tom. All right. I'm going to try to put that into my head. I'll try to remember that. So, Tom, welcome officially. Joe name change. Hi, Tom and Tom. Exactly. Well, Tom is the person who makes coffee thick. Makes coffee thick, really? All right, everyone. 9 p.m. here. Time for bed. I have to get up at 4 a.m. to catch a flight. Julius, safe travels, brother. Glad you guys had a chance to pop on over, and I'm very happy to hear that you're excited to go home and see your dog and daughter. Daughter and dog in that order, probably, I hope. Maybe. Anyway, Julius, safe travels. And thank you for being here. That's why I say, Mr. Wine, there is or was another wine here. Mike. Oh, yeah, we got more than one mic popping in. I haven't seen one of the mics in a while. Only as we can call George Dungeon the G Studio. What? No. I'm original Tom. Oh, really? Real catch up soon. Yeah. Richie. Oh, Richie's here. Yay. Thank God. I'm the only Richie. Yes. Richie, what's going on, brother? Happy Sunday to you. Meanwhile, Fizz, there can be only one. So if a coffee punishes, you are grounded. Yes. Sent you a text, ball inflator adapter. Let me take a look at that. Call it the rock. No, that's fine, Chris. Thank you. Let me take a peek. Oh, one of those things. Oh, yeah, one of those things. So you insert that. Well, first of all, I'm assuming that gets cut back significantly. Interesting. I got to think about that one. I'm going to leave it there for a bit. I'm the Apex Tom. Well, at every full moon. Nice. All right, let's see. We got everybody saying hi. Saying, well, I got that. Stream. Yes. Nothing much. Eating breakfast, then back to the build. Sweet. What's for breakfast, Richie? We got people who are awake. I'm the second Tom. I know. First Tom we haven't seen in a while. I have a feeling he's otherwise indisposed. Wasn't he? Can't recall if he was engaged or not. Job search. And he was in Denmark too, wasn't he? Just turned X-rated with all of this insertion talk. Nice. You don't think you could insert something that big? I think we could try. It's always fun to try. I'm the 23rd Peter, but the only repeat. Let's just make sure I didn't miss anybody here. Original Tom is milking cows. I don't believe it was milking female cows. I think he was milking male cows. Tell you, you're so much more active than on Mr. One streams. I feel I'm the only one chatting on his videos. I know. again, no criticism towards Mike or Tim or any of the other ones. A lot of those conversations tend to focus a lot more on model work, which is fine, and that's why people go to those things. And I don't have a problem. This show is not about models. This show is a little bit about modeling and a lot of just banter. I hate even calling it a show. It's just time that we hang out. Got to have a battle royale now. Winner gets to be Tom with a capital T, and the rest can only be Tom with a low. But what if you have more than two? There's nothing smaller than a small T. At least it's not penetration talk. I will tell you. So that Tom, the conversations we'd have about his business was rather entertaining. Welcome to the George's Dungeon After Dark, and how steamy it got all of a sudden. Exactly. Battle Royale. None of you stand a chance. Exactly. After dark or before light. Kind of both. Isn't it really kind of both? Got to use a asterisk. Then like this. Tom. That might work. Won't vow milking Tom win the Royale. Telling you, I don't believe he's in that industry anymore because it was a marketing job. But anyway, hopefully one of these days we'll see him again. He popped in 6 months ago, 7 months ago. Cow milking, yeah. More than two Toms, third placers below there get T privilege revoked. Now they're just No milking any humans, please, male or female. Yeah. I don't even think you can do that publicly on YouTube. Then again, what do I know? I guess you can do anything today. Interesting. What are we coming into contact with? Oh, it's the peg. The peg. That'll get ground away in a little bit. You know what? It's been a while. Take a look at something here. Sanding. Oh, fuck yeah. Mr. T is the only capital T used. That's what everybody thinks, but no. How to connect to that industry, but I shall know explaining. Yeah, probably would be good. All right, let's get rid of that sandpaper. There we go. Getting the excess glue off. Let's get a piece of this. God, I had this shit for years. I'm hoping this stuff is still available. This company with these sanding sticks and then their own adhesive sandpaper is what if it's not available anymore? I mean, yes, if it's not available anymore? I mean, yes, you could always get somebody else's and cut it down, but still. There we go. Bend. Yeah, that one's gonna suck. That is what it is. Okay. It's been a while. Yeah. Candy coat number 3 now. Sweet. Any better, Nigel? Is it looking better? What the heck did I come back into? Never ask these questions, Chris, because you just never know. Oh, yeah, that's better. It's moving some material. Tom is working in the original AI. Yeah, a little hint. If not, it's not what you think. Okay. Okay, I'm off to take care of Dad. I'll catch you all tomorrow. Tony, have a good one, brother. Best to your dad. Hope you have a good Sunday as well. Yeah, that's moving some shit. Yeah, it's definitely moving some shit. All right. Almost there. Later, Tony. I may actually go to the first one too. Get a little bit more of that front end ground down. Why are we off a little bit here? Give me a second, guys. Okay. Got a bit of a bump up. That's a little better. Yeah, it's sitting a little flusher now. So what happens. Get back to it. All right. Conversation is slowed now that Tony's left. All right. How are we looking? Pretty darn close. Awfully close. Just got a little bit of a corner here to do. And then once that's done, we're going to do the other side as well. And then we're going to round the interior, grind it down and round it. 4 a.m. and already 90 outside. Love it. But it's a dry heat. Lucky you. But it's a dry heat. Getting closer. Still not there. I'm currently working on the Dragon Art kit. Nice. I'm slowly getting well. Basically, what I bought a kit of, I got 2 boxes of 8 models. All I needed was 2 of the models in the box, and I thought that the way they came was not the way they actually came. So I was like, all right, fine. I'll just I ordered 2 boxes. They were cheap, which is good. I can't remember. There's like Overstock Hobbies or something like that on Amazon. I was like, they can't possibly be selling that cheap. They were. So I got those, but I also just needed 1 box, not 2. So now I've got way more of those models than I'll ever need. So I'm giving the rest of them away. Hence, Joe has a Dragon Art kit. I sent one down to Nick as well. Let's see. You're going to the Wicked Big Meat today. You can bring the Prius to show. No. Car thing, yeah, pass. Rescribing of the, I'm guessing it's the YF12 is a pain, having to get inside raised panel lines and million into rail lines is time consuming. Yes, but all good work takes time. I.e., what I'm doing right now, Tom, and it's good work. I'll admit, I'm not gonna lie, I'm doing good work. I'm laying down panel lines with pencil to see if the lines make them permanent. Yeah, makes sense. Chris, do you prime first and then panel line, and then do your drawing first and then carve in, or not? I'm debating doing priming on this thing first. I'm not sure yet. You know what? Fuck it. That's close enough for now. All right, that's done. But I do need to get the other one real quickly. Yeah, the other one definitely needs it as well. Prime first makes it easier. Yep, that's what I thought. Got me watching the show. Let's see. It's not bad. It's actually has good script by hang on. Way. It did indeed. I'm also old. So I wrote, it's very windy and freshly paved. We should get a few fun cars drive by today. Nice. Much of us are old. You're in good company. I think Peter is the oldest. I think he behaves the oldest. Yeah, there we go. That's good. Do this one. Just... All right, let's see what we got. Yeah, there we go. Side by side. Wow, spot on. Spot fucking on. Let's do this. Move these guys out of the way for the moment. Put the tools away. So figured it out. All right, next up. What was I gonna do? Round. I got to get my drill bit. No one is older than Geo here. Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that, Tom? I spelled best there, right? Nice. Peter is this close to typing in all caps. Nice. Wow. Peter, that wasn't even autocorrect. God. Wow. All right, we'll go with this bit right here. Let's start removing some material. I love removing material. All right. Might get loud. Name of a movie, by the way. Haven't seen it yet. Documentary, kind of a documentary. Jack Black, Bono. I'm sorry, The Edge, and Jimmy Page. All right, let's get the glasses going. Got to see it. It's been I have not seen the film yet. Whew, that's gonna be fun. That's a good. Oh, mercy. Buying seats for Peter and George. This could be Sattler and Waldorf moment. I'm working out now. Later, folks. Tom, take care, brother. I don't know who this gym guy is you're seeing, but I'm glad it's working out. It's working. I know, really. Who's this gym guy? Does your wife know about him? All right. Guys. Allergies kicking in today. So speaking of peanut galleries, last night I got back to watching we had some epoxy going. Actually, we're pretty darn close to getting epoxy started on this thing. Set those aside for the moment. So I watched again. I started it, didn't complete it. Yesterday, I finally got back to watching and finished the 1980 Mike Hodges film Flash Gordon. So interesting film. Again, as a film, do I think it's going to be one of these world-class type of thing? No. But what was interesting about it's like, what is it about this film? Because as I'm watching it, it's like, there's got to be something. They must have known that they were doing some kind of campy shit here, right? They must have known. Lo and behold, the guy who wrote the screenplay was Lorenzo Semple Jr. Why do we always come here? I guess we'll never know. It's like some form of torture to have to watch the show. Exactly. Why is the Muppet music now running in my head? I don't know why. Anyway, so sorry, I'm just getting this thing rounded down a little bit more. I'm going to switch over to the other one. There we go. We'll get this backside. Oh, let's work on this backside right now. Anyway, so it was written by Lorenzo Semple Jr. And if anybody knows, if anybody's ever watched the Batman series from the 60s, he wrote that. That was kind of like his deal. So that kind of comedic take, that kind of campy take, now makes a lot more sense. And when you look at it from that perspective, all right, it's a good film. They executed exactly what they needed to do. It's a good film. There we go. Put that down. Let's grind. Now this backside, that I'm gonna probably hack into this morning. Those are Statler and Waldorf lines from the Muppet Show opening theme. Why do we always come here? I guess we'll never know. It's like some form of torture to have to watch this show. Yes, I know that. That's why I'm saying. That's why I know that the theme. It's like, why is the theme running in my head? Yeah, I know exactly who it was. I know who we're talking about, Peter. And because I'm getting stupid again, Nigel, I am actually forgetting that I've got a little bit of water there, which I can use to sand because I'm just dying. Okay. Looking sharp. Sorry, fingers. No. I kind of figured you're tied up. Don't worry about it, Nigel. But I was just thinking of you there for a second. And it's like, yeah, being a dummy. Okay. There's that. That's so nice. That's squared off. That's squared off. Now we got to just trim this front section off. Sorry, guys. Itchy nose. Tied up. Back to the After Dark dungeon. Are we? That's enough material removed. Sometimes it's easier to do that than it is to cut because then you won't shatter a piece of plastic. Sorry, guys. Give me another second here. Just want to make sure I got this all squared away. Almost there. There's going to be some gap filling, I'm sure. All right. That's ready. Why a different tool today from the cordless one yesterday or the one I just used a short bit ago? This basically that and just moves material in a way that's very easy to do. The other one I use just for smaller stuff. This one here is just like it hauls material. And if you do it well, it actually moves things fairly quickly. The other one takes a little bit longer too. I sure could. I mean, I guess I could change the bit, but yeah, it's just easier just have both of them ready. All right, what do we got now? That's done. That's done. That needs to get epoxy. We are going to be laying down epoxy today. Oh, good. Oh my gosh, no, that came off. That sucked. No, actually, it's a good thing. Now we get to get the louvers in there. Back to bed for an hour before swap meet. Alrighty, Chris. Dude, always good to see you. Have fun at the swap meet today. And we'll catch you on the flip. We'll at least see you on one of Tim's streams. All right. So what we're going to do now. Yeah, what the fuck? Why not? So I just removed that back plate. Nice and hollow and everything like that. I think the first thing we have to do is we have to get some kind of piece of plastic in there. Let me take a look at something here. We might not. Let me just see if I can darken that area up enough. Engine. That might work actually just fine. Nah, that'll darken it up enough. Okay, don't have to worry about it. Oh, what I don't want to do is I hate when you look through something and you see clear through it. Oh my God, I can see the light on the other end. It looks like then it's like a plastic toy. I don't like that. Later, Chris. All right, so now we're going to do edge cleanup here. We're going to get these sides thinned down, and then we're going to get some louvers inside. Doing louvering today. Too large. Do I have a smaller file? I don't think I do. Let's see. Oh, yeah, maybe. Ooh, yeah, great. Yay. It's little things in life that excite me. Literally. I'm not going to install the louvers on this one. I'm going to install them on the other one. This one, I'm going to work on getting. I guess that's definitely epoxy. This one here is going to require epoxying first. There we go. No, Chris, later, Chris. Hey, Nick, good morning. What's going on, man? How are you? Not bad, not bad. Yeah, not bad. All right. So the interior has now been a lot more squared. Not perfect, but it's been a lot more squared. Now we can get louvering in there. I'm trying to think of the best way to do the louvers for this thing. Do I build it on a jig and then just drop the whole section in? And I think the answer is probably. Fourth coat down. Fourth coat down. Starting to look freaky awesome. I love it. Good. Just catching up on some sleep. Unacceptable. Nah, dude, of course. That's fine. How was your Saturday, Nick? Such a square. Such a square. I fucking love it. I'm loving the way this is coming out so far. I got to tell you guys, knock on wood, this thing is coming out much better than anticipated. Perfect? No. Damn good? Yeah. I'm not going to lie. It's coming out damn fucking good. All right. We're going to bore out this piece right here. And then we're going to start getting that cleaned up. We're going to use that. And first things first. Saturday was chill but busy. Yeah. That was some mighty impressive Bostonian. Oh, I got Bostonian in me when I need to. My New England accent was canceled out by my Greek accent, I think. Never really developed much of an accent up here, even though I've lived up here all my life. Up in New England, up in the Boston area. I love when I do something and then have to destroy it. It's awesome. Makes sense, actually. Okay. Bits is bits. Let's go to town. There we go. Size it up to 2, and then we're going to basically just get the rotary tool on it. Just start ripping plastic apart. Greek plus mass equals attitude. That might be. That's funny. He had one. Thank you. There we go. All right. That's now done enough. I can start getting this rotary tool going. So we can start carving out the material, and then we're going to file it all down. Have I said how excited I am about this? Ah, fuck it. Go to town. The rest we can file. New t-shirt for the family, Gio. Yeah. So what? 2 weeks is Father's Day. Already got plans. There's the Greek church. I think, is it a cathedral now? I'm trying to remember if it's a cathedral or church. But anyway, the one downtown Worcester. Every 2 years they do a Greek festival there. Greek food, Greek music, Greek dancing. You know, Greek, just basically a celebration of Greek culture. I like going there every few years. You know, first because I love the food. The second thing is because it's just kind of cool to see all that stuff. You can pick up some like a Greek cafe, a little Greek coffee. And a micro cafedaki. You know, other stuff you can get there. You can bring home some kurabiede, some baklava, kadaifi, all that stuff. It's like, oh yeah. Anyway, if I ever eat red meat or any kind of non-poultry, non-fish, non-poultry, I would probably go back to Greek. Years ago, I remember when I was many years ago, I was in Scotland, and my sister introduced me to a guy that she worked with on a film. He had a place up in Edinburgh, and we were talking, and you know, he's a vegetarian, cool. except for haggis. I'm like, really? He goes, yeah, it's a thing. I'm like, all right. You had me at food. I love Greek food. It's a thing. I mean, I guess culturally, right? Everybody's got their thing. Yeehaw. This is going to require a little bit of, I think part of this was CA'd in place, so this is going to require some interesting amount of material movement. In fact, let's get the bastard file of this thing. Bastard. Hello. You had me at food. Shit, there must be like a ton of that stuff back there. How much CA did I get back in there? Oh, there's a fuck ton of it. Ah, god damn it. Well, it's going to take some time. That's all right. What time is it? Yeah, because we're definitely dropping epoxy on top of this today as well. I got to get these nacelles. So today is the 7th. By the way, for anybody who I guess cares, yesterday was D-Day, D-Day anniversary. Hard to believe. Listening to Heather Cox Richardson YouTube channel this morning before coming down. She was doing a recollection of D-Day and Eisenhower talking about what, like, he had actually written a note, like, what if it had failed, like a, hey, I take full responsibility kind of thing. Interesting. Gonna dip for dinner. Take all, Fizz. Take care, brother. Have a good evening, my friend. Enjoy dinner. What's for dinner, by the way? But he had written a letter to be read if D-Day failed. Oh, sorry. Thin wall, thick wall. Oh, thin's much better. Much better. Also more in scale, I think. Yeah, got a lot of material to move here. Again, I did a great job of securing this piece in here because there was CA and it is locked in. However, having said that, I don't want it locked in right now. I'm going to get that super smooth wet look to a good surface. Yeah, I never get that often. So anyway, congratulations to you, Nigel. Nigel, are you doing buffing in between or not? Sorry. itchy nose. Not until they fully cured. Got it. Probably next week. Oh shit! Wow. No shit. What's the candy? Is the candy going on a Gundam? Is it the real grade? Can't remember what model it is. I thought you said you're working on a real grade. I could be wrong. Getting closer. Yeah. I got to tell you. So since Nigel brought this up about the conversations that we have here being a lot more conversational, I guess this is a lot more of a conversational thing that we've got going on here than some other places. Again, not a criticism towards it. It just got me to thinking. Many years ago, when my mother was still alive, she would, and I brought this up to a couple people in the past on this channel. She would go with the Yinekas. Yinekas is Greek for women. They would go to find a place, go to a restaurant. They would go to a up in the mountains in New Hampshire. They might just sit at a hotel lobby or something like that, and they would literally break out their knitting and just talk. They would hang out. The Yinekas would just hang out. And I kind of feel like that's kind of like a legacy. This is kind of a bit of a legacy to my mother for that. It's got the huge multiple wing units on the back. Oh, really? Which real grade is this? And if it's non-UC, I probably won't know it. But I am curious nonetheless. Oh, yeah, we are awfully fucking close here. I love this. I'm going to knock on wood again, guys. I'm very happy with the direction this model is taking so far. The only concern I have, is getting it done in time. Only concern. And I don't like imposing dates on here, but I do need to. Especially considering next weekend is going to be kind of a lost weekend. And on vacation, I might bring some of this with me on vacation. I haven't decided yet. Gundam Wing 0 EW. Endless Waltz. Is the EW one the one with all of the feathers on it or not? I've only watched a few episodes of Wing. Never been my cuppa. And generally, I'm not a big fan of most of the models. The only one I kind of like was the such a dopey model. I take it back. I stand corrected. The tall geese is from Wing, right? Yeah, he just run an Endless Waltz. Yeah, that I knew. That I knew. Yeah, looking sharp, looking good, looking good. Now, like I said, I got to come up with a way of getting the louvering in here. Yeah, the feather wing pack. Ugh. Mountain laurel is in full bloom at my house. That must be pretty. I don't know what mountain laurel is, but it sounds like it's pretty. So the idea I had was this wing story I had was told in the UC with the cyber new types about space noids. Why so many plot holes? I thought they were in different universes. Maybe I'm wrong. All right, still a comparison here. Long way to go still. They are, but there's a flashback where the heavy arms pilot is driving a Zaku. Really? Yeah, to be honest, I don't know anything about the stories of Macross or Gundam or Mackay. I just love the mechs. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. I got into anime scale hobby. The reason why I got history was obviously like many when I was a kid in the 70s, I built a lot of traditional models because that's what I knew and I enjoyed it. I stopped when I went to college. I rediscovered it. I stopped probably right before I started high school. So I would say 79, 80. Got to college. And then at that point, and in between, I've been watching a lot of anime. I grew up with watching anime. So, Battle of the Planets, Gatchaman, Space Cruiser Yamato, Star Blazers, even a little Captain Harlock. Macross hit or Robotech hit here in the States in 84. So that would have been probably my senior year of high school, and got totally into that. And then was out at a convention, I think, a comic convention. It's like, what the fuck are these models? And I saw Robotech model. They were all in Japanese. They were the Macross models. Picked up a few of those, and then walked into a comic shop one day, and it's like, holy shit, what are all these other models? Then you see things like a lot of it from Gundam. At that point, it probably would have been. There were MSVs, Zeta, Double Zeta. I don't think they had Double Zeta yet. 86, no, not yet. But they had a bunch of these other models, and the next thing I know, I'm starting to buy. Battletech got me into the love of big stompy robots. That was back in the late 80s. Yep, nice. Hey, whatever gets you there. In fact, Nigel, ow, give me 1 second. Let us see. And again, at a time when, oh my God, yeah, they look. I forgot about that. The Marauder, the Glouge, the Rifleman. God, I think I played this once. A lot of the guys that I hung out with never really got into it, so never really did much with it. Unfortunately, that is the greatest artwork. The are you talking about the original stuff? Like those, yeah. I believe that's all the original artwork, right? Spartan Archer. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway. Big stompy robots in the 80s, without a doubt. Love them. Still do. Still love stoppy robots. I like them. I really do love building stoppy robots. I also love building non-stoppy robots, you know. I have the tabletop RPG source book. Do you? Nice. Nice, Joe. Yeah, the front cover is so iconic and awesome. Yeah, without a doubt. All right, let's get this thing back on. Let's see what the hell I'm doing here. We are close. Not close enough, but we are close. Yeah, the amount of CA that's in there is creating a little bit of havoc here. I'm trying not to damage any of the rest of the plastic if I can avoid it. In fact, why don't we do that first? Let's get rid of more material up top here. Let's see. I have the RPG book. Yeah, the front two are so iconic. The Alien Isolation 2 game trailer looks amazing. It blows my mind that there are trailers now for games. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it just blows my mind that they're doing that. Yeah. What makes it look so good, Peter? We are moving material now, my friends. Yeah, that's actually much thinner. That's good. I might do break out the tool in a little bit here. I also might sand. Oh, that'd be good. I could probably get some of that exterior thinned down. Yeah, I might square off. Let me a second here, guys. I'm gonna square off the side a little bit. Yeah, that's better. Oh, yeah, that's better. And this side. Yeah, good. So far, so good. I know those 5 or 6 mechs were ripped off, but it was such a dark and more realistic setting for me than Macross. It was just too light and fluffy for my taste. Yep, I can understand that. They've had trailers, commercials for games since always. I know. It's just not my thing. I haven't played. I try not to play video games. I haven't played video games consistently since the early 90s. Because I know it's a rabbit hole for me. The last time I did it was right before I got returned to this hobby. My daughter introduced me to something, and I'm like literally on my phone playing this thing all the time. And it's like, and it got repetitious, and I'm still just absorbed in it. I finally just said, why am I doing this? Do something else. And I looked over and just caught me. It's like, why don't I build these goddamn models that I've had just hanging around with me for a long time? And bam, back in the hobby. Okay. All right. It heavily references the editing style of the original movie. Really? The new Mech Warrior 5 game looks great. I don't have a PC or console to play games on. Yeah. Okay, which one am I on? Yeah, let me do this one real quickly. I'm also going to square this thing. I think we're going to square this backside just a little bit too. In the moment, though, just a little bit more. I don't care if it's a little rounded, but I want it a little less rounded. And this side here definitely needs the exterior to get squared. Sorry, guys. Give me a second here. Yeah, that's better. Still got some filler to do. That might be Surfacer 500. I haven't decided yet. Time check. Let's see what we got. There's a new slogan. PackCon 2020 is just build your goddamn models. Absolutely. I think that'd be a great one. I still get lost in driving around Night City and Cyberpunk 2077. It's so beautiful. Nice. Creatures and crackers for a midnight snack. Nice. Cream cheese and crackers. I like that too. I think that's what my daughter had yesterday at some point. By the by. She came home from her clinical. That's what she snackulated on. Let's get the calipers on here just to see how close these two openings are. Right in the center. 6.35 by, let's call it 11. 6.35 by 11. Still have a lot more to go. 10.66. We got at least half a millimeter to remove. And here we got about a half millimeter, 5.91. Okay, good to know. Trying to match them as close as possible. Just had a brownie and milk for breakfast. Nice. Did you share it with your children? I'm peak adulting. Nick. Threw some jalapeno jelly in the mix, and that sounds amazing. Yeah, actually it does. I'll be making bacon and eggs when the wife wakes up. Got some nice rosemary parm bread to toast up. Nice. Oh, I run out of relish and pickles. Uh-oh, that's not good. All right, let's get the side here done again. Now with that one. We are hauling material now. Gonna have to re-glue some of that back in. Not a problem. There's plenty of material there to do so. How are we looking wall-wise? Getting close. All right. I think this side is almost ready. Except for that one area right up top there, that corner. One kid is at Bobby's and the rest of the house is sleeping. So daddy gets to do what he wants. Love it, Nick. Looking good, looking good. Oof, careful there. First of all, I could have hurt, but secondly, there we go. That's good. Now I just got to get this edge done as well. All right. This is almost ready. Thin walled that pretty well. I've also got the edges rounded here, not on the other one. I'll round those edges in a little bit. Just got to get this top section done. And then I think we're pretty much wrapped up. I will likely not be able to get to the epoxying right now since it's after 8 o'clock and my wife's awake. I'm going to go hang out upstairs until she takes off. She's going to her art studio today, so I will be back on the bench probably in the next, I don't know, whenever she takes off. Pickles are deconstructed relish. Yes, I had relish. I had fresh field mushrooms fried in butter on toast for dinner. Oh, that sounds good. My kids don't like mushrooms. What the fuck is wrong with them? Day 3 of fixing my 3D printer. It is not done yet. The extrusion is still bad. Edwin, question. Can you 3 days seems like a long time. Is it just getting everything aligned or things just not fitting, or what's the issue there? And do you have the ability to have somebody professionally support you with that? I love picking my own mushrooms in the neighbor's paddocks. Wow. Yeah, we don't have that, unfortunately. But mushrooms. Let's get this thing going. Gotta get that material inside moved. That's okay. All right, we're almost there. We are actually. We're pretty darn close here. I got that CA material that's just a little too much in the way. How are we looking? Side by side, how are we looking? Yeah, this side here just get rounded down a little bit, but that's fine. I'm going to round these edges anyway. So now it's just a matter of getting it close to being square. Again, the issue is that I'm running into is I'm fighting a little bit of CA. And I don't want to break out like the heavy weapons on this thing either. Of a couple of the trees that fell. Hopefully I'll get something good. We do get chicken of the woods around my yard occasionally. Nice. Went to the store yesterday. Everything seemed just fine. Need a new nozzle. Change the nozzle and something still is not right. I also need to clean the print bed because of failed fixing attempt. I got to tell you, all that stuff is the reason why I just don't want to get into 3D printing, but I appreciate that folks like yourselves are totally into it. I think it will be around 10 coats to get this candy looking really deep. Wow, that's a lot of layers. Nigel, question about that as well. With that many layers, do you lose detail on the surface, i.e. panel lines? All right. I think we're close enough. We're going to re-glue this plate on because it's just kind of become a little less than adhered. Check on this side too. That one's much stronger. Let's glue that plate on. And then we'll be ready to, you know what? Actually, one quick thing. Give me a second, guys. We are going to bore some material out. Very judiciously. I got to get some of that CA out of there. fits away. Let's take a look. Let's see. That stinks everyone. Hopefully it's just a clog or something simple you overlook. Fingers crossed. Yup, exactly. We will see you soon. Time to jump. Got to do chores. All right, Peter. Have a good one, man. Enjoy the day. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Good day, Peter. Lift your legs. Back injuries are no joke at your age. Wow. Nah, doing candy on main body now. Going to do a mix of black and a couple of shades of metallic gray. Wow. Impressive. Probably will the coat of color shift. Ooh, color shift clear blue pearl over the main body. Nice. Later, Peter. See you next time, bro. Later, fellas. Hi, Nick. I mean, Ken. Ken, are you just popping in or is it seeing I fellas? I'm not sure if that's later, fellas, or hi, fellas. What's going on, man? Okay. I think you're just popping in. I don't recall seeing you earlier. Anyway. All right. Let's round the edges, and then we're calling it done. Ken. Later, Peter. Do-do-do. So it tells me we're going to be doing a significant amount of putty work around this thing. There we go. That's nice. Just got to round the interior as well now. Give me 1 second. Yeah, graduation weekend. Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah, how was the graduation, Ken? Just a tip for a second. 3 hours of air rushing for me tonight. My fingers are done. I just finished a marathon airbrush session. Eat a banana and stay hydrated. Cramps. Monomanon is double. What the hell is that? Monomanom. Manomanam is double. It's double. Oh. Are you talking like manomanam? What? Are we really talking manomanam? I love it. Okay. That's looking pretty good. Just got to round the interior, and then we're all set. Sure is okay because I broke it down today. Seems like the issue is with the schnozzle and print bed. Wow. No, the Muppets. Yeah, okay, fine. I've got Manam. If you're ever bored, this is a fun one. No, by Adriano Celentano, 1970. Yeah, I can't even pronounce that. Yeah, that. No, you're hurting me there, Bray. You're hurting me. All right, let's round the interior here. This model was never intended to have done what I'm doing to it, so the edging here is going to be interesting. Interesting right now. Yeah, give me a second, guys. I got to remove some plastic. And the only way, this is interior. This is the only way it's going to be getting done. Give me a second. Graduation was Friday night. Half our neighborhood had kids graduate. Yeah, I'm broke and exhausted. Broke as in financially or broke as in physically? Or both. It's the song of the Muppet song is based on. It's an Italian songwriter who made a song that sounded like English to non-English speakers. It's all gibberish. Num, num. Do, 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 do. Can we even sing that without getting dinged? Gonna find out. Got to chat with some sort of bird scientist. Oh, that's kind of cool. Nice. One of your wealthy neighbors is a bird person. Okay. There's one. Sorry, guys. I'll be right there just a second. 2. 3. We'll see what it looks like when primer's on, but that's so far so good. She taught me to track owls. Oh, that's awesome. I love owls. I took my grinder to the 35th Border Zero this morning. There is now lots of very paper thin plastic and lots of battle damage. Wow. I guess so. Nigel, which border model was that again? That's even better than getting to talk to a bird lawyer. I talked to a bird lawyer too. Really? There's barred and great horned owls in the state forest across the street from me. Have at it. Oh my God, I love owls. Yeah, me too. I love owls. I don't trust people who don't like owls. How can you not like an owl? All right, a little bit of an issue there. Let's see if we can get that flattened down. Anyway, that's close enough. You know, at some point, you just got to call it, right? And those are done. We're going to glue, not this one, but the other one. And then we'll start dropping in some louvers. that's the one that's starting to lift a little bit. Just get it all thin cemented in place. Other wildlife, the only owl I dislike is the one that ate my Tootsie Pop. Nice. We have barred and great horn owls in our neighborhood. I have never seen them though. 3 licks. That's all it takes. 3 licks. Three licks. 1. Two. Something cool about using like thin cement to kind of literally round edges. There we are. We're done. All right. So we're going to let that dry. Going to hit this thing up with epoxy this afternoon or today. M6B. Whoops. Let's see. The bar. We see regularly the great horn that we occasionally see when hiking the Blue Blaze Trail. Nice. And yeah, it actually includes 2 parts of the tail with factory battle damage. Mine is for diorama with 1/35th Elko 80-foot PT boat. Nice. Looking for someone to model and 3D sculpt some figures one day. Yeah. It's got to be somebody out there who's either made it or will do it, right? What the hell was I going to say? It's actually funny that you bring it up. Now that I think about it, there's a buddy of mine at my friend of mine who's also in our chapter, in our IPMS chapter, and he worked on a border. I think it was a Focke-Wulf, the 190, 109, whatever the fuck it's called. And said the same thing. He's like, I got to tell you, I was expecting a lot more out of this model. Interesting. All right, putting stuff away now, guys, and then we're calling it a session. All right, nacelles are pretty darn close to being done. I now have to get the epoxy down on this one. Those epoxied as well. Bring those closer. We're cooking along. Some good sculptors on Fiverr site. Yeah. Also saw a neighbor's kid I haven't seen since he was young. He's going to be a freshman in high school and is 6'4" and 240 pounds. God damn, that is not a small child. Wow. Wow. Child. Stay safe and stay sane, everybody. Thanks for being on this morning. I really do appreciate it. Crazy world. Every day, just getting that much more insane, right? It just as people start losing control when they're already in a dementia state. Sorry, I'm being a little candid here, but they already start making really poor decisions and start adding even more fuel to the fire, the hatred that's out there, and we don't need that. Let's go out there instead, show people kindness, love, and respect, and do right by others, not treat them like shit. Guys, do good, enjoy the day, and I will catch you tomorrow morning. Peace.